Hi guys, Julie Walls, all things brain retraining. I'm going to go ahead and do a live round this evening. I just finished up my detox session, and so I'm so relaxed, and I'm just ready to kind of settle in for the evening. So let's go ahead and start. For those of you that know how I construct my rounds, I'm going to first refer to my negative looping pattern journal and what I wrote down for some of the loops that I experienced for the day. Maybe it's for you, it could be, anything, any it that you might be dealing with, or maybe it's just overall balancing of your day, maybe just not finding the space for self-care. And I kind of look at mine and I see somewhat of an emotional day for me, but I didn't take the time to pull back and do a little bit more self-care for myself today, just stopping and allowing my body to process emotions more. And when that happens, my body has a tendency to be a little bit more burdened energy-wise. So the loops that come with that can be anything like my body's not healthy, or my body isn't processing emotions very well, or my body isn't dealing with some emotional stress very well. And those are lies. And the body does what it needs to do to protect ourselves. So these loops that pop up that create fear, or a fear that's associated with that it, or I don't know, just like I said, starting out, you write down what you dealt with from the day. So for me, I had a little bit of an emotional experience this morning, and then I dealt with some fatigue that was following that. And not really recognizing that my body just needed to kind of stop and allow my body to process. So, but we're going to focus on that loop. And my wins in my other journal are, regardless of what I was dealing with, my body was operating very efficiently. I drove, and as you know, my story, I wasn't able to drive for a very long time. I drove to my appointment. I drove and did all the things that I needed to do. I task managed today. My brain's working efficiently. My body's doing the best it can with detoxing and sweating and getting all this stuff out. And I just was really busy today, and I didn't incorporate self-care, which sometimes I beat myself up over. But for overall not doing the things I need to do to self-care, I operated very efficiently, and my body was able to keep up. So that's a huge win. And we utilize these wins into our round. So we want to make sure when we start, we kind of go through both journals and make sure we recognize what our loops are, the fears associated with it, which was for me kind of, going in my mind a lot with energy and I can't, and I don't know, it kind of rolled up with the whole energy thing, and really it was kind of my fault. I didn't really take the time to stop today. So but I need to listen to my body better, and the wins are, despite me not listening, my body still operated efficiently, and I got the things I needed to get done today done. So that's a win for me. Okay, so now moving forward, we're going to go ahead and begin our round. Okay, so let's get settled in. For those of you that want to do the steps, go ahead and go for it. I incorporate some of the DNRS, but my steps are usually pulled from Gupta. So if you are a Gupta follower, you'll know to step back, go into the steps 1 through 7. The DNRS, very similar. You can even do the stop, stop, stop if you want, and you can go into it. My brain's stuck in a rut, whatever you want to do. But I'm just going to go ahead and do how I do my round, which is kind of like a combo round. It's more of a customized round. So just follow along and close your eyes and just get settled in. Let's take a couple big, deep breaths. I can't talk. Relax your shoulders. Let's take another slow, deep breath in. And blow out. Relax just a little bit more. Maybe just one more finality type deep breath so we can start this. Standing there in position 1. And I feel those what ifs, the worries, the concerns, the fears, all to the left. All that darkness, that dark energy that's clouding into my mind, making me have racing thoughts, making me worried, making me stressed out. And I can feel all that. I do a little bit of checking in with my body when I start my rounds. I can just feel that negative energy that I just want to get let go of and get rid of so I can bring in new, positive, loving, self-loving, unconditionally loving energy into my body. So I'm standing there and I'm feeling all this. And I decide, okay, it's a perfect time to call upon my spirit guide. This is an entity that you find comfort. Maybe you talk to, and it could be a relative that's passed. It could be God. It could be Jesus. It could be whatever you believe in. It could be Mother Earth. It could be anything that you find that's unconditionally loving you and providing you with love and support. And I call upon my sister who's passed a long time ago. I ask her to come forth, reach out, connect to me. She reaches out her arm and she puts her hands on my shoulders, and if you want, you can touch yourself and give yourself that loving hug and support. And I feel her presence wrapping her beautiful white light energy all around me. All of the sparkles and the cosmic energy that she brings to me, and connection to God, and then also grounding me to the earth. Letting me know that she's here for me no matter what. She loves me unconditionally. She's teaching me about unconditional love and support and guidance. And I feel her presence around me. She's almost like wrapping that white blanket around my body. I feel very protected and supported and loved. She's got her hands on my shoulders and she's looking me in the eyes and she's saying, okay, it's time for you to do your part. This is when we would take a deep breath in and we'd step back into position 2, maybe checkpoint. Let's get all the way to checkpoint. This is where we have to take a deep breath in and we're going to push all of those fears, those worries from today away. Maybe just get that strength back within ourselves, that confidence, brewing that confidence of energy, that confident energy within our bodies, to put our hands up and say enough. Enough. Stop, stop, stop. Deep breath. Now push it away. Push it off to the left. Get it out of your field of vision. Get out of your mind. Let it go. Let it go. It's past. It's gone. It was a storm cloud. Now it's moved past. So let's take another big deep breath in. Step back and push it back out. Stop, stop, stop. And I feel my sister's presence in front of me, and she's got her hands on my shoulders, and she's reminding me that that was so awesome that I did that. Absolutely awesome that I have the power to push those fears away, push those concerns, push those anxieties away. Allow myself to have that space, to allow my body to put back some calming energy into that space. And so I'm just feeling a bit calmer. My shoulders are starting to drop more, and I'm needing a little bit more grounding. So I'm standing there in my first visual at checkpoint. And I'm always feeling that rock, that heavy rock underneath me. It's like a big piece of granite that's jutted out the side of this mountain, this valley area that I'm standing in, looking down upon. And I'm feeling very high up in the sky. I can feel the wind blowing at me, blowing on my face. I can feel some of the movement around the hairs around my face kind of tickling the sides of my cheeks. And my nose is a little cold from the wind blowing at my face, so I'm pretty high up, and I get this beautiful, magnificent view below me. And I can see this, almost like this staircase of granite rock. It's just, each piece of rock underneath the next is just differently, it's a different shape, it's different textures, a different shine, different colors, color variations with each step that I can take below me. But I feel really good and secure with standing on this piece of granite rock underneath my feet. I wiggle my toes a bit. I can feel that heaviness below. I can feel the different variations of the rock. It feels really smooth, but then yet my toes rub across and I can feel like a little bit of a rough bump, like a little bump, a little groove. But it's very solid. It's not going anywhere. It's holding me up. Mother Earth is holding me up. I feel very grounded and very safe. And then you also have the gravity. It's pulling me down, keeping me secure on that rock. I feel I feel so tall and strong presence. I have that wind that's blowing at my face, reminding me of resistance. Also cooling energy that's flowing around my body. And I look down below and I can hear that water that's coming from the mountains that are surrounding me. It's almost like the mountains are protection. They're all around me. I'm in this beautiful valley with this beautiful looking like river that's flowing through the valley down in that ridge. And you can keep hearing the water flowing. It's a beautiful, consistent flowing of energy, of sound. I just take it all in and I'm just listening to it. It's very peaceful. And I watch the river wind and bend below with all the rocks that have fallen into the river, and they've made obstacles that the river has to bend and twist around, and it's still moving. It's a constant flow of energy. And I see that symbolism of strength and being able to bend with anything that comes at it, that willow tree that's firmly rooted into the ground right next to the river. And its vines are bent over the side. And I see the water kind of pulling at the vines, and the vines are tickling the top of the earth, the surface of the water. And there's that little spot right next to the willow tree. It's like a dirt spot, like a space. There's some hooves where obviously some sort of an animal was resting or maybe leaning over the side, getting a fresh drink of water from the river that's flowing. Looks like a good spot just to sit and relax. Get some cooling from the willow tree, and then dip your feet in the water and allow the water to flow past your feet. And I watch the water flow all around the rocks, around the trees. Anything that's sticking out in the water that's fallen into the water. The water continues to flow. And then there's that opening, that mouth, that into the river, where all the water just spills out into this big, beautiful lake. And there's the sun. It's starting to set perfectly in the sky. It's got all the different colors in the sky, like the orange and the blue and some purples, and it's reflecting down on that lake. It's so beautiful. It's like I get the reflection, and then I get the actual sun. I can see all of it. It's just so pretty, so relaxing, so peaceful. I'm standing there taking it all in, and as I'm standing there, just feeling the grounded and the being more grounded and feeling more surrounded and loved and calmer, that big, beautiful bald eagle, that symbolism of leadership flies over my shoulder. I can see his white headdress, his big, beautiful wings outstretched, and he's just riding the wave of the wind all the way down, pushing forward with the resistance, but he keeps pushing. And he looks back at me, and we make eye contact. And in that second, he reminds me that I'm a leader of my own life, of my own healing path. That's powerful. And that really, really grounds me even more in this first visual. And I just watch him soar, bend and turn. His beautiful wings are kind of flapping in the wind, and he keeps pushing forward. And his whole body starts bending down towards that lake, starts directing and steering himself towards the lake, and then his whole reflection just disappears. And I come back to myself standing on that granite rock. I can feel my sister's presence and she's standing in front of me now. She's got her hands on my shoulders. She says, now it's time for you to have a conversation with your inner child. Speak lovingly to your inner child. Remind her how awesome she is, how proud you are of her. Remind her of these fears. Remind her that these fears are just a part of her brain that's trying to protect her. That we're still working on that part of the brain that constantly wants to keep us alert. And really we know we just need to relax. Remind it that it's not in danger. It's okay. That you're safe. And that you're unconditionally loved. No matter what. That part of the brain is there to protect you. It's doing its job, but it's overdoing it. And you're like a frightened little child, and we just want to remind you that you're safe, you're protected, and you can relax your shoulders and just stay calm. You're doing it, and we're so proud of you, and I love you so much. And there's nothing that you do or say that would make me not love you. And all the things that you deal with makes me so proud of you, that you do it with such grace and such ease, and you continue to do the work. And I'm so, so proud of you. And I love you so much. And you can do this. And you can keep doing this because it's working. Let's look at your evidence. Let's look at all the wins from today. Look at all that you did. You drove to your appointment. You talked about some emotional things that were really difficult and heavily weighing you down. You got through it. You didn't think you could, but you did. That's evidence, baby. You're healing. And then you went and did all the errands that you needed to do. You were able to get everything done that you needed to get done on your checklist. You called people, you conversed with people, you met with people and talked to them and got everything checked off your task list, and you did it all with grace and ease. And that's super awesome. Your body is healing. It wants to heal. And I'm so proud of you for doing all the things that you do, utilizing all the tools that you have, and then teaching others. It's such a huge thing. And look at that. We just have to remind ourselves to put ourselves first. And even though you want to get all these tasks done and check off everything on the list, you didn't put on the list the most important thing, self-care. And that's okay. But we're going to make sure to do that tomorrow. Because you are important. Self-care is important. Stopping is important. Stopping is an act of love, of unconditional love, saying no. And allowing yourself to get the space to really stop and relax, digest, take a load off, meditate. And we're just going to learn tomorrow. That's what we're going to put on our task list tomorrow. Now this is the part we'd step up and go to position 3, where I like to do my I am statements. This is part of the DNRS that I like to do, where I put everything out there, put it out that I am healing. I am my future self. I'm healing. I have the energy. I love myself. I can put me first. I'm capable of doing anything. I'm capable of going anywhere. I'm capable of handling any situation. My body is strong. My mind is strong. It's getting connected. I have faith that it's connecting. I have faith that I'm totally healing. I am healing. I'm so proud of myself. I'm super proud of myself. I am awesome. I'm going to say that again. I am awesome and I am enough. And I unconditionally love myself and honor and respect myself. So now I would step back into position 5. I know the direction I'm going to go. I'm heading towards that motivational coach self, that future self, that girl that's got all the confidence in the world. She can and she will. She can do anything that she puts her mind to. She's completely healed, completely recovered. She's a new version, a better version of myself. So I decide that's the path I'm going to go. I step up to position 5. Step up to position 6. And this is our next visual. And now this is where I like to get comfortable because I'm kind of getting into a relaxed state. I just want to calm down for my day. So I get into a grounded position. And the color is kind of like a candlelight color, like an orangey yellow, really soft, like an amber tone type color. I get done with my detox sauna. I step out. And there's this beautiful shower. It's outside of my villa where I'm staying on this beach. And the shower feels so good. I can feel all the warmth going over my head, cleansing me, cleansing all the oils off my body, and I can smell that beautiful soap. I hold it up to my nose. It's got like this beautiful hibiscus flower smell. It's so fragrant, and I just want to lather myself up in that warm shower. And all that water is just cleansing my body. It feels so good and so relaxing. I just stand there in the water as each drip just hits my side of my face. I can feel the water going down the back of my neck. And I look down and I can see my breast, and they had all this oil on it, and from all the massage and the detoxing I did, and it's just time for me to cleanse it off and release it and let it go. And I watch the oil just start rolling down my stomach, and I watch it go down my legs, and the water's carrying it away into the drain. It feels so good and relaxing. And I can just smell all those beautiful smells from the body wash. And I decide, okay, it's time to get out, dry off, So I turn the knob, I turn it to the right, I turn it off, and the water slowly stops, and I can hear the drips from the water dripping down. And there's this beautiful towel. It's thick, it's big, it's an extra big size towel. It's white, fluffy. And I wrap it around my body, and it feels warm. It's been on a warming hanger. It feels so warm around my body. I feel like I'm being snuggled or held and loved. And I dry my body off, wiping off all the water off my legs, cleaning my legs, cleaning my feet off, getting everything nice and dry and patting my body off. And I bend over and I wrap the towel around my head. It feels kind of heavy. I sit back, my hair is off my neck, not making me cold. I just feel really relaxed, and I can hear the ocean in the background. I can feel the breeze. I can smell the salty air. There's all these beautiful hibiscus flowers that are all around. I've got this little private villa area, and somebody had laid out all these candles. So I've got candlelight votives or vases with candles, and it's just making this beautiful pathway. I take my robe and I put the robe around me and I tie it real tight. And I step out. And these little lights that are on the ground with some sand around them, they're kind of leading me to this awesome little spot where I can sit and listen to the waves and watch the sunset. And all these little candles are kind of like circling around this area. So it's like protecting me. It's my own little army, these little light army that's all around me. And then there's this beautiful blanket with these pillows, these fluffy pillows that I can lay down on. Kind of like a soft mattress that I can just lay across and spread out with my robe, my warm little robe that I'm wearing, and my hair up in a nice warm white towel. So I decide to lay out and stretch my body out across this mattress. It's got this beautiful pattern fabric on it. I stretch my body across it. I can smell the warm tea that's in front of me on this little, almost like a serving tray. This beautiful, warm, floral type tea. It's real relaxing. Maybe it has some passion flower in it, hibiscus maybe, and lemon balm. I can smell it. It's warm, and I put my hands around the cup. I can feel the heat on my hands. It's warming me up. I hold it up to my lips. Just take a little bit of a sip. Oh, and it feels so soothing going down my body, into my throat, down into my neck. Just more relaxation. Just my body feels like letting go and letting in all that peace, all that tranquility, all that love that's surrounding me by the light, all the loving light around me, and the ocean. It's reminding me to breathe in and breathe out, calming, soothing. And that peaceful sunset in the distance that I'm watching. All the colors, it's like a painting that I get to stare at. And it's moving and it's changing right in front of me. And I decide to lay my head back on the pillow, close my eyes, just kind of melt into the pillow and the blankets that are just right there for me. I'm feeling so held, so relaxed, and that robe just feels so warm and inviting, cozy. It's hanging over my body, draping over my body, protecting me from any wind. I just begin to just relax and feel at peace and calm. My sister comes to me, my spirit guide. I'm in position 7. And she says, what are you going to go ahead and do now? And I say, I'm going to go upstairs. And I'm going to get into my warmest blanket, get my favorite pillow, stretch out across the couch, and just watch whatever is on TV and just zone out, go to sleep. Start relaxing for the night. Bask in the day that I had some really good moments throughout the day, some awesome wins, and I can let go of all those fears and embrace all those wins that I have, being grateful and being so grounded and being so proud of myself for doing the round, and knowing that tomorrow is a completely new day and I have the sun coming up, looking forward to looking at the sunrise in the morning, doing some breath work, starting my day off right, set some really good intentions in the morning, remind myself of those intentions throughout the day, and really focus in again and remind myself that it's important to show myself acts of love, self-love, doing some self-care, taking a break, knowing when I can just say stop. That's all unconditionally loving myself. And I can do that. And I'm so proud of myself for finishing up this round. And I'm just going to take it with me tonight and go upstairs and just relax. I'm really tired, and it just shifts my energy, and it just makes me feel so good. And it really helps with sleep. Doing your rounds before you go to bed is so powerful. It helps you sleep. It just does everything to the body. It helps the body just to completely relax and get into that state of mind of relaxation and just stopping. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's my round. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Please continue to brain retrain. Please build on your rounds. Write down your wins. Keep track of your loops. All of this helps with brain retraining. It's going to help you get to your recovery. It's going to help you win. It's going to help you get there. It's going to help you completely heal. Mind, body, and soul. Thank you for tuning in, and sending you all my loves and hugs. All right, have a good night.